मन वचनै गाधार प्रभु मन वचनै गाधार ज्योतिर ज्योतिर ज्वलरिदि कन्दर ज्योतिर ज्योतिर ज्वलरिदि कन्दर तुमि धाम भञ्जना प्रभु तुमि धाम भञ्जना भेदे भेदे रंग रंग भंग बाजे अंग संग मृदंग भेदे भेदे रंग रंग भंग बाजे अंग संग मृदंग गायजे छंद भगत वृंद आरती तोमार गायजे छंद भगत वृंद आरती तोमार जय जय आरती तोमार हर हर आरती तोमार शिव शिव आरती तोमार बंधन बंधन जग बंधन बंदी तोमार जय श्री गुरु महाराज जी की जय। Breaker of this world's chain, we adore thee, whom all men love. Spotless, taking man's form, O purifier, thou art above the Gunas tree. Knowledge divine, not flesh, thou whom the cosmos wears, a diamond at its heart. Let us look deep in thine eyes. They are bright with the wisdom of God, that can wake us from Maya's spell. Let us hold fast to thy feet, treading the waves of the world to safety. O drunk with love, God drunken lover, in thee all paths of all yogas meet. Lord of the worlds, thou art ours, who wert born a child of our time, easy of access to us. O merciful, if we take any hold upon God in our prayer, it is by thy grace alone, since all thine austerities were practiced for our sake. How great was thy sacrifice, freely choosing thy birth in this prison, our iron age, to unchain us and set us free. Perfect, whom lust could not taint, nor passion nor gold draw near. O Master of all who renounce, fill our hearts full of love for thee. Thou hast finished with fear and with doubt, standing firm in the vision of God, refuge to all who have cast fame, fortune, and friends away. Without question thou shelterest us, and the world's great sea in its wrath seems shrunk to the puddle that fills the hoofprint in the clay. Speech cannot hold thee, nor mind, yet without thee we think not nor speak. Love, who art partial to none, we are equal before thy sight. Taker away of our pain, we salute thee, though we are blind. Come to the heart's black cave, and illumine, thou light of the light. Om Hri Hri Om Hring, you are truth unchanging. You are the Lord of the gunas, adored for your virtues. In my weakness I have neglected, O remover of delusion, to worship you day and night with a yearning heart. Therefore, I claim refuge in you, O friend of the lowly. The worldly bondage can be overcome by love, adoration, and understanding. These three can bring us quickly to our goal, the truth of Brahman. But alas, though I speak these words with my lips, they find no echo in my heart. Therefore, I claim refuge in you, O friend of the lowly. O Ramakrishna, you are the path that leads to truth. If we offer you our hearts, our desires find satiation in you, and overcoming all worldly passions, we find fullness of eternal life. For you destroy the waves of death, and bring immortality into the world of mortals. Therefore, I claim refuge in you, O friend of the lowly. O dispeller of delusion, your name is most pure and auspicious. It transforms sinfulness into purity. You are the only goal of all beings. Therefore, I, who am without protection, claim refuge in you, O friend of the lowly. Mother Divine, Thou art the source of all auspiciousness. We offer our salutations to Thee. Thou art the accomplisher of all objects. Thou giveth us refuge when we yearn for it. O Mother Divine, please accept our salutations. O Mother, eternal art Thou. Thy power projects, preserves, and withdraws the universe back to Thyself. To Thee, O Mother Divine, we offer our salutations. Thou art the eternal support and the embodiment of the three gunas. Thou art the Savior of the distressed and the afflicted. We take refuge in Thee. Thou art, O Mother, the remover of our sufferings. Victory to Thee, O Divine Mother. Please accept our salutations. Salutations to Thee. Salutations to Thee. Salutations to Thee.
This evening, can everybody hear me back there? Yeah. Okay, this evening I will be reading from the book Sri Ramakrishna and His Divine Play, written by Swami Satyamayananda. On the 1st of January 1886, the Master felt better and expressed a desire to walk in the garden for a short while. Because it was a holiday, the householder devotees began arriving at the Kasipur garden after midday, individually and in groups. The Master came down from upstairs at 3 p.m. There were more than 30 people talking amongst themselves inside the house and sitting under the trees in the garden. They all stood up reverently and bowed down when they saw him. The Master went out through the western door of the hall, descended onto the garden path, and proceeded slowly southward to the gate. The devotees followed him at a short distance. When he reached the midpoint of the path between the house and the gate, the Master saw Girish, Ram, Atul, and a few others under a tree on the west side of the path. They bowed down to him and came to him joyfully. Before anyone had spoken a word, the Master addressed Girish, asking him, "Girish, what have you seen and understood about me that makes you say all these things, that I am an avatar and so on, to everyone, wherever you go?" Unperturbed, Girish knelt down at the Master's feet, folded his hands before his raised face, and responded in a voice choked with emotion. What more can I say of him? Even the sages Vyasa and Valmiki could find no words to measure his glory. Girish's sincere faith expressed in those words so moved the Master that he said to the devotees, while looking at Girish, what more need I tell you? I bless you all. May you all be illumined." He became overwhelmed with love and compassion for his devotees and went into ecstasy after uttering those few words. That selfless and profound blessing touched the devotees deep within their hearts, and they became mad with joy. They forgot time and space. They forgot the Master's illness. They forgot that they had vowed not to touch the Master until his recovery. They saw that a wondrous divine being had come down to them from heaven and was calling to them affectionately. They also felt that their suffering grieved him and that he was carrying in his heart an infinite pain and compassion for them, and offering them shelter as selflessly as a loving mother. They became anxious to bow down to him and take the dust of his feet. Their cries of victory to Ramakrishna resounded in all directions as one by one they bowed down to him. As they touched his feet, the ocean of the Master's compassion burst through all bounds and created an astonishing phenomenon. Almost every day at the Kineshar, we had seen the Master become overwhelmed with compassion and grace and blessed some devotees with his powerful divine touch. On this day, he remained in a semi-ecstatic state and began to touch each devotee present in a similar way, and their joy was boundless. The devotees understood that from this day on, the Master would no longer conceal his divinity from them or from anyone else in the world. They had no doubt that from now on, all sinners and sufferers, despite their shortcomings, lack of spirituality, and feelings of inadequacy, would find shelter at his blessed feet. Seeing the Master in that unique and exalted state, some became speechless and could only watch him as if bewitched. Some called out loudly to everyone inside the house to come and be blessed by the Master's grace. Others picked flowers from the garden and began to worship him, uttering mantras and showering him with flowers. When the Master's ecstasy came to an end after some time, the devotees calmed down. The Master finished his walk in the garden. They returned to the house and sat down in his room. Ramchandra and some devotees have said that on that day the Master became the Kalpataru, the wish-fulfilling tree. But we think it is more reasonable to describe this event as a manifestation of the Master's fearless divine nature, or to say that he revealed himself on that day, granting fearlessness to all. It is said that the Kalpataru gives people whatever they ask for, good or bad. But the Master did not do that. By this event, he let it be known clearly that he was a God-man and that he offered shelter from fear of all, that he offered shelter from fear to all without discrimination.
Te Namaha. Ram Te Namaha. Salutations to Ramakrishna, the teacher of teachers, who is the embodiment of all dharmas and is the very soul of all dharmas. He's come to establish all of them. Happy New Year. It's another year. And as usual, we always say, what's your resolution? Somebody asked me, what's your resolution for this year? I said, yeah, a long time ago I made a resolution for myself. And I'm updating that resolution. You have one resolution. You have multiple resolutions, you'll never attain anything. And that's the nature of life. We search, we seek. The nature of life is you can be sitting in a vacuum. You can be sitting in a corner. You can be sitting isolated, alone, cut off from everything. It's impossible. Life will never flourish. So the nature of life is to seek. And we seek and seek and seek. But there is another nature of the world. You don't get everything you seek. Yeah. Imagine if you got everything you sought for. It will create chaos. So you get some things, you don't get some other things. But in the seeking, if you are not rightly oriented, if you don't have a philosophy of life, you don't have an overarching view of what you want in this world, not to grab. People think they can grab things from here, from everything else. But that it never works like that. You've got to keep on giving. So you have to balance the taking and the giving also. So you must have a philosophy of life. You cannot go around in this world and in this life without being like a football. So you have a trajectory. And when we seek things which are beyond us, or seek things which are not really meant for me, then we get caught up. We enter into labyrinths and we are caught up. So you must know yourself and to know what you want in life and then to pursue it. You must not have impossible. I think there was a song, the dream, the impossible dream, to fight the impossible foe, etc. I think you should have been knowing all these things. To climb the unscalable mountains, etc. What's that? You don't dream like that. You dream where you can scale mountains. You must know your own strengths and you must know your own weaknesses also. So Swami Vivekananda, in one place, he uses the word Tantalos hell. You know Tantalos? Even when I first read it, I didn't know anything. Then I looked it up, obviously, in Greek mythology. Now, Tantalos was a very, you can say, he's a very powerful character, and the gods had invited him to Olympus to dine with them. And he wanted to test the gods, which is a big mistake that he did. And whether they are omniscient or no. What he did was he cut off a shoulder of one of his sons. Killed his son, and he served that meat to the gods, and the gods understood it and they chucked him out. Of course, that the shoulder was cured by the god's grace or the god, Zeus. So he was thrown out of heaven, go down to hell, and it was his personal hell. What was the personal hell? He had to stand in a small pool of water under a tree which was laden with fruits. What more we could like? But every time he went to reach out for the fruits to satiate his hunger, they retracted, the fruits, etc., went out of his reach. He couldn't reach them. When he wanted to drink water, the pool simply disappeared. So he was beset with hunger and thirst. He had everything, but couldn't reach it. So that was the Tantalus hell. Sometimes we are in that kind of situation. We have everything, but when we want, it's unreachable. But what I'm interested in is he was standing under that tree, the tree which was laden with fruits. Okay. Kalpataru. Now, Kalpa and Taru. Taru is a tree. It's a Sanskrit word, Kalpa. And Kalpa is the wish-fulfilling tree. You've read what it is. It's also called a Kalpa Vriksha, the tree. What is this wish-fulfilling tree? And where is it? By the way, there are 5, not 1. The idea is also, Kalpa also means the world tree, because this world is a part of a massive cycle of time. Or it's called the tree of the cycle of the world. Sometimes the Milky Way is also symbolically mentioned as Kalpataru. Okay. So just remember, Kalpa is a massive length of time where systems and these worlds, they emerge and they disappear. So Carl Sagan, in one of his episodes on time, says that it's only there in India they had this concept of cyclic time. Kalpa is a cycle. See, everything in this world goes through a cycle. You, me, thoughts, everything goes in a cycle. And multiply it in a vast, you can say, dimensions. They applied that to creation itself. Creation, and then the final dissolution, and again it comes up. So it's running to billions of years. So this is the Kalpa. And in many places, even in the Vedic literature, Vedas, as well as in Buddhism and Jainism, creation itself is likened to a tree. And that's why it's called a Kalpataru. It signifies creation. Okay. Sometimes it is depicted as a tree upside down. There's roots above and branches below. Urdhvamulam adashakam. That's it. But closer to our purpose is every movement of the mind is called a kalpa. That's why people say, oh Swami, there is something called a Savikalpa Samadhi and Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Oh. Nirvikalpa Samadhi is that in which there is no movement of the mind at all. The mind is perfectly still. That is called Nirvikalpa Samadhi. And we have seen Sri Ramakrishna had attained that. When he was attaining it, his teacher Totapuri is saying he just couldn't cut through the last barrier, which was the divine form of Kali. Every time he wanted to meditate, the divine form of Kali is so beautiful, Who would like to? So he would backtrack. And he tells his guru, no, I can't do it. What? You can't do it? Here. He takes a shroud of glass, broken glass, that he finds it on the dirt floor and pierces it between his eyebrows. Here. Concentrate. It broke his skin, the slight blood that oozed out. And saying, meditate here. And he meditated and saying, when the form of Kali again emerged, that beautiful form, he takes a sword of knowledge and cuts it. And then his mind soars into Nirvikalpa Samadhi. So in that state, there is no mind. When the mind is perfectly still, there is no mind. Okay. A stage lower than that is Savikalpa, with movement, where you have the vision of the personal God. I mean, not the personal God with hands and feet like that, but it's an all-pervading, immanent reality that is experienced there. So that is Savikalpa. So Kalpa means a movement of the mind. The mind moves. Everything moves. This morning, I was sitting down there, and we have a small kind of sayings being sold there. The only constant is change. The change. Everything is change. That's the only constant. It's not Max Planck's constant or anything like that. Only constant. So I said, see, this is Buddhism. Everything is changing, and complete. There's only constant change. But we will say, Vedanta says, the only constant is the reality. That's unchangeable. However, to come back to, it is the nature of the mind is to, people come and ask me, when I sit down to meditate, my mind is very restless. And obviously, you have a mind and it's going to be restless. It has to be restless. That's the nature of the mind. You know, it's like there is something called the monkey mind. They say it's a beginner's mind. It's a beginner's at the end, and people at the end also have that same. It's a monkey. You know how monkeys are, restless by nature? Mind is there. So what happens? There's a constant movement, constant undulation, constant churning of the mind. And every time the mind moves, changes, undulates, that's a kalpa. It gives you a result. Yeah, don't think that it goes without, my mind is restless. You are getting some result today, tomorrow, day after, or maybe 10 years, maybe 100 years. It will come to you. Every movement of the mind will bring you a result. So now from the external world, you can, Vedanta likes to bring that here inside. Yeah, these, maybe they're the whole creation likened to a cycle, a tree, big tree, but there's another tree here within you. So all of us have that tree there within. Where is that tree? That mind itself is that tree. You heard Sri Ramakrishna, out of his infinite compassion, but he did not give everybody everything. Because the wish-fulfilling tree, technically it's supposed to be like that. You go there and you stand under the tree and then you wish and then you get your wish is fulfilled. But Sri Ramakrishna himself says, there is one person was dead tired, he's a traveler walking, and finally he was so tired, he wanted to rest under a tree. And he's resting, he's tired, he's hot, and it's like the end of the world for him. And he's saying, I wish there was some delicious food I could get. and some delicious food comes. Oh, what? And when he was eating, he was satiated, and then he's saying, I wish there was a nice soft bed where I could lie down. And then bed comes and he lies down, and that's the crest of his happiness. I wish some young damsel would come and massage my feet. I'm tired. And a massager comes. Somebody comes and starts massaging his feet. And now he's like he's in the nadir. Like, he was in the nadir and now he's in the zenith of happiness. And then he say, I only hope now there's no tiger comes. And the tiger does come. And then that's over. Everything is over. So be careful of what you wish. I started with, we are always seeking and seeking and seeking, but we don't know what we really are seeking. We don't know what we wish. We may wish something that will create a big problem for us. So you have to be careful. Okay. Okay. The story is the Kalpataru, the wish-fulfilling tree, was actually on earth. But people were misusing it. And so Indra takes it away, takes it to his heaven. Okay. There are too bad, isn't it? So it's a heavenly tree. Now, I said there are 5. There is Kalpadruma, Kalpavriksha, Harichandana, Sanatana, etc. All these are all very, very trees, wish-fulfilling trees. They are with the Indra. They're always, Indra, the king of the gods, is associated with this tree. But also, in some traditions, Mother Lakshmi is also associated with, because good fortune, etc. etc. So you'll have this idea, she's giving everything, but not to everybody. So we have to. So in the mythology, the origin of this wish-fulfilling tree, when the gods and the demons, the asuras and the suras, they had both had a common goal. Let's have some ambrosia, elixir, that will make us all immortal. And so they started churning the ocean great ocean of milk. It's a long story. Some days back, somebody sent me on WhatsApp, I think one of our members, the airport in Bangkok, and there he sends a video of the entire, the gods on one side and the demons on one side churning the ocean. I said, wow, you don't get this in India also. They have it there. So they were churning, and many great things came out. And one of them was the Kalpataru, the wish-fulfilling tree. Now, apart from the other stories, other things, these demons are constantly in fighting with the gods. Why? Because they live high above and they get all the fruits. These guys live down and they get only the roots. Nothing. And so there's a constant tug of war between them. Now it means, these gods and millions of gods we have. Yeah. All thoughts, they fall either in the category of good or bad. They are not two separate classes of things. A thought arises, sometimes a good thought or good wish, sometimes it becomes bad. And a bad thought arises, perchance it becomes good also. So these thoughts are constantly tugging at us. This is the churning. Your thoughts, your good and bad thoughts, are the guys who are pulling and pushing that huge pestle in your mind. So the mind is being churned by your good and bad. And now if you wish something, you better be careful. You might not know what might happen. Like the Bhagavad Gita says, that which is like nectar in the beginning, but which turns into poison later on. Be careful. All sensory experiences are like that. And spiritual things, first is like poison. Yes. And then it turns into nectar. Yattadagre vishamiva pariname mritopamam. Tatsukam satvikam proktam. This is real happiness. So initially, if you want to attain anything, and whatever you have attained, I am sure it was not a cakewalk. You had to work for it. And that working for it, it's like drinking poison. And that's when you get all this thing. If you get something very easy, be careful. It might turn into poison. So this is a few thoughts about what is the wish-fulfilling tree. That tree is there within all of us. Okay? That is your mind. Yes. Whatever wish you have will be fulfilled. Like I said, today, tomorrow, but be careful of what you wish now. So this is called a karma and the karma phala, the results of karma. Sometimes they come together, sometimes they come singly. Now let us see things here on the 1st of January. As you can see that 1886, Sri Ramakrishna became the Kalpataru. Now you are replacing your old mind with that of Sri Ramakrishna. What is spirituality? To think of yourself as a spirit. That is spirituality. So we have so much spirituality and the spirituality, this word itself has become so diluted, has become misrepresented. Oh, the spirit. Everybody is talking about the spirit. Spirit is when you think of yourself as the spirit, that is spirituality. And in this age, it is represented as Ramakrishna. So when your mind has been converted into something called a spirituality, that is like a tree. It gives you prosperity, gives you abundance, it gives you knowledge, and finally it gives you realization, the ultimate realization. This is what. So your old self is there. You're a bundle of your old thoughts. None of them have gone. They're all there lying down like seeds, waiting to pounce on you. After a while, they'll pounce on you. To take that old self, like Swami Vivekananda says, as a Christian, you should say, the old man must die. We are the old man. I mean, old man, old woman, everything. That has to die. The material person has to die. Then the spiritual person takes over. Where is that spiritual? Oh, it's already there. The spiritual person is deep down. We are spiritual beings. But we are dreaming. We are human beings living in a material world. That's why when Vedanta says, the world is dreamlike, it means this. This is not a dream. We are spiritual beings. We are dreaming that we are material beings. And that's why we have gone into those labyrinths, getting ourselves into all the sorts of troubles. So when you want to awaken that spiritual self within, how does it? So how many spiritual selves are there? There is one spirit. We do not like too many things. There is only one spirit, and that one spirit is there in every one of us. And in this age is perfectly represented as Shri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother, Swamiji, etc. Or you can say, oh, I have to think of myself as the Atman. Now, what is the Atman? The Atman is Brahman. These are too abstract. The mind would like to hold on to something which is tangible. This is one of the reasons why, like when you come to Shri Ramakrishna, you are coming to your own spiritual self. Yes. Somewhere deep down you must have wished for either redemption or salvation or escape from this misery, because life is a terrible business. You all know, I don't have to tell you all that. Yeah. Some people make it a business to tell people how miserable they are, how much they are suffering. We know all of us, every one of us, because we are souls that we have traveled much, suffered much. So this end of suffering comes when you switch your old self into this new, your original self. And in this original self, you have the power to bring into fruition whatever you want. Yes, you have that power. But it has to be true resolve. Satya Sankalpa. So this is represented by Shri Ramakrishna in this age. You cannot get out of it. Ramakrishna or any god or any goddess. You have to have somebody whom you can relate to. And this is a very relatable deity. Why? Because you can see God, despite all the grandeur, etc., God is just all love, all compassion. The closer you go to God, not outside again, it's inside here, you will see and feel God's love and compassion. There are people who say, what is God doing? Can't he see what, or she cannot see what's going on? Everything is being noted, taken care of. So here is the end of all wants. Here is the place where you can come. So this, out of great love and compassion, Shri Ramakrishna says, may you be awakened. In Bengali he says, Tumader Chaitanya Hok. May your consciousness be awakened. What more is there? So that should be your wish for this year and for every year, like I did long time back. And he has blessed us. May your consciousness be awakened. Then you will find that you are beyond all wants. You are beyond all miseries. This is the significance of this day. Shri Ramakrishna, later on, the book says that whatever one had a deep wish for, spiritual wishes, were actualized there immediately. In some cases, he said, no, not now. But later they did get it. So, okay. So whatever their ideal was, a spiritual ideal, was actualized. They either saw the form of their chosen ideal, the god or the goddess they used to meditate or love, appear in front of them. There were some who were like a little more Advaitic, and they had a little more Advaitic experience, etc. But all of their wishes were fulfilled. Some on that very day, some on the other. So is it just on the 1st of January? Nah, it cannot be. It is there for all times. It's there for all times, and it's there within you. You've got to access it. If you want it, take it. But be careful, don't ask for material things. You'll get caught up. So this Sri Ramakrishna represents this great, you can say, hope for all of us, hope for humanity. So it's like the world and creation is represented like a tree. He is also represented. And you also are, in a way, a tree. And Sri Ramakrishna is that. We are there under its shade, taking shelter there. Whatever you think, as you think, so will you become. As you will think, so will you become like that. So it's a symbol of divine benevolence. It is a symbol of all the interconnectedness of all life. Because the tree, and everywhere the symbology of the tree always means all parts are interconnected, are integrated. So all life, all creation is this integrated. So it is all levels of existence. This is your own heaven. So instead of going to the heaven of Indra, it's there within you. That heaven also is there within you. The tree is within you, the heaven is within you, and everything is there within you. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu. So thank you all for being present here. A few announcements. The biggest announcement is tomorrow officially our winter recess begins. But we'll pause it for a day on 11th January when we worship Swami Vivekananda. So we have his puja at 6 p.m. It's potluck and you all are welcome. That's a great power that came to this country. And recess, it will go till Shivaratri, February 14th. I think 14th, February 15th. Then the great night of Shiva. So Swami Adishwarananda, who for many years lived and worked on the East Coast in New York, saying, see, if the lectures, the classes are good, then the Swami needs rest. And if the classes or lectures are bad, then the audience needs rest. So either way, we are going to have a break. So again, thank you all very much. And again, I want you to go out today with that hope, with that anchor, with that faith that despite all the troubles and sufferings that come to you, you have the blessings of the divine there within you. Now it's up to you to slowly give yourself up and be one with that divine. Thank you all very much.